Hello, I welcome you all in the today's orientation session, which is very first session of this program. We will discuss on some basic information about regulatory affairs and the course highlights which we'll be covering under Post Graduate Diploma in Drug Regulatory Affairs. So let's start. Simple picture which is giving idea on how medicines reach consumers. Yes. So it starts with research. So medicinal products are developed by research team. During this, they will perform several experiments to reach an optimized or final manufacturing process. Then these formulations are tested on, because they are new drugs, they would be tested on animals to check safety. Later, they would also be tested on human being, and thus safety and efficacy is proved. Quality is also checked as per defined specification. So quality, safety, efficacy is accepted, and then the documents are submitted to regulatory authorities. Once regulatory authorities approve your drug, your production team will take it at commercial scale. It would be packed as per commercial packing description, and then the product, after testing, it would be declared as the end product. After testing, it would be declared as approved, and the approved formulation or medicinal product reach pharmacy, and thereby it would be available to patients, to consumers. So this is a short journey. However, it takes lot of time and money to reach to patients. So during our 6 months time, we will understand each and every aspect in detail. Yes. Now, we will also understand drug product approval in a nutshell. So drug product is nothing but formulation, tablet, capsules, or injections, and so on. So what is the role of this approval and how it happens? Again, in a nutshell. Every country has its own regulatory body. The reason having this regulatory body is to control the quality of medicines which are sold in that country. So this regulatory body controls the quality. Now, if you take example of India, India has a regulatory authority The short name is CDSCO. US authority is FDA. Similarly, Japan, PMDA. UK, MHRA. So these are the names of the authorities. Now, when any company plans to sell the drug product anywhere in the market as per their business plan, what is required is formal approval from that regulatory body. So if you have your drug product approved, then and then only you can start selling that drug product in particular country. It may be India or any other country. Okay, so what we learned, that product sale can be started only after formal drug approval from that particular regulatory authority. So regulatory body, regulatory authority or agency, synonyms. Okay, it is one and the same. And approval process will only start after submission of regulatory documents. So you as a regulatory affairs professional play a great role in this drug product approval process. Okay, so you are playing very important role here. Now, what are these regulatory documents? They are called as drug master file. Generally, this drug master file is prepared by for API. Generally, but it would be for packing material also. It would be for color, excipients, essence, those kind of molecules, those kind of products also. But just for understanding, we'll say API file is drug master file. That is a regulatory document. And formulator, the fellow or the company preparing drug products, manufacturing drug products, will prepare dossier. Okay, so drug master file and dossier. These are the documents which are key documents and they play important role in drug product approval. Yes. The next flow. Basic steps. So every country, the way you have regulatory agency country wise, they do have their own procedures, their own policies to give drug product approval. This slide depicts very general, very basic procedure of product approval. So let's understand. The first step is regulatory affairs department of the company will prepare drug master file, that is by API fellow, and dossier by formulator. Right. Now, once these documents are prepared by compiling technical data from quality control, quality assurance, or from R&D. So from all the relevant departments, these documents are prepared and they are submitted to pertinent regulatory authority. That means if you want to enter US market, you will submit these documents to US FDA. Got it? Yes. So submission of the documents is the first step. Then these documents would be reviewed by agency Here, if we take example of US, then FDA, US FDA will review the documents, and if they found some gaps, some observations, they will issue those observations through deficiency letter. So the company will get a letter wherein all the gaps are listed. That letter is called as deficiency letter. The next step is, once you receive this letter, it would be mandatory for you to send the response, adequate response to agency. So you will submit it to US FDA, and US FDA in turn will review your response, and if it is adequate, suppose, then the next step is product approval. But only review of document would not be sufficient. There is one more step called GMP inspection. So all the sites involved in the process would be inspected by regulatory agency, maybe US FDA, and GMP status would be evaluated. And then only the product would be approved. Yes. So product approval by regulatory authority. And once your product is approved, this information would be available on website of the pertinent country. So US FDA will display on their database as your product is approved. And then the manufacturer, product approval means grant to sell the product. It is marketing grant, marketing authorization kind of. So you are allowed to sell your product in that country. And then this allows the medicines to be available on the shelf. Yes, and thereby the medicines are available to patients, to consumers. Yes, so this is a short story of drug product approval and availability of medicines to patients. Okay, now I use the term dossier. Now what is this dossier? What it contains? It contains several modules which we are going to learn in 6 months span. What all the contents of dossier? What is the criticality of dossier? That's fine. But at this moment, just to make you aware, there is one module called quality module, and that quality module contains information on API, active pharmaceutical ingredient, like you have paracetamol, a raw material, that is your drug substance or API, and when you convert this API into formulation, you make tablet. So you have paracetamol tablet, that is called as drug product or formulation. Okay, so paracetamol as a raw material is drug substance, and paracetamol tablet is called as drug product or formulation. Okay, now this module of API or drug substance contains information on these topics. Okay, now if you see, what is this drug substance, what is the structure, how it is manufactured, how the structure is elucidated. So you are giving structural elucidation. Don't worry, we will learn it in detail later. But just to make you aware, I am talking on this. Then control of drug substance, that means specification, analytical procedures. Then you are using some reference standards, so information on that, how you pack your API, what is the packing procedure, and how you confirm the stability of your API. So information on stability of API. Similarly, you have drug product information or quality data of drug product, wherein how your drug product looks like, what is the appearance of drug product, what is the composition, what all components are there. You have to give details on that, how this formulation is developed by your R&D, then how you have manufactured it, specifications of excipients, specifications of drug product, then impurity structural elucidation, and again information on reference standards, packing of formulation, and stability of formulation. Okay, so whatever we say dossier, the quality data contains information, lot of information on this drug substance and drug product. Now, we will also understand key role of regulatory affairs. But as I said, this is not the complete picture. We are giving, you are getting only an overview of regulatory affairs. Okay. So what RA does? RA is bridge between the company and regulatory agency. That means it is another very important role played by regulatory affairs department. You are a face of your company. You are talking to regulatory agency and you are satisfying the requirements of regulatory agency. So you are playing very important role. Then the product approval, which we talked on, whose responsibility is it? It is the responsibility of RA department. And not only that, drug approval in time. So as per company's business plan, you have to be time bound and fetch the approval as per specified time frame. So it's a time management, project management, and not only that, you will also play a role of commercial team kind of, because RA becomes a contributor in bringing business for the company. So in a way, it is a techno-commercial role. You understand the time, you understand the business, and you understand the importance of business, and thereby you see to it that your drug product reaches market in time. Okay, so that is the bigger role played by regulatory affairs department, drug regulatory affairs department.